Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2 of the Metroid.
And Samus swearing away.
Let's Play.
Dude, all those faces.
YouTube compression. Love you.
What the hell is that?
That is anime.
He's a googly-eyed son of a bitch.
Okay, so how exactly do you switch from your beam to missiles?
Select.
Of course. You gotta hold it,
No,
or you just
gotta
press it
and
then.
it switches.
Oh, okay, that's
Man,
convenient.
the music's impressive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kraid.
Kraid.
The monster or the level?
That's the name of the area.
Okay.
So this is the shortest one.
What is that yellow stuff you're supposed to be falling in?
Well, in terms of parts, yes, this is going to be our shortest part, ladies and gentlemen, because once you actually know Kraid inside and out, it's actually not very big at all.
And I think he was in Kraid. He was in Kraid Piss.
Don't get me wrong, though. When you're first playing this, unless you're looking at a guide, this place will confuse the fuck out of you.
It looks like we confused the fuck out of me. So by the way, do these space pirates here have like a huge ego of
These
themselves?
aren't space pirates.
Huh?
There are no space pirates in Metroid 1. Except Ridley. These are just
Monsters.
Planet Zebeth creatures.
inhabitants.
Inhabitants. There you go, Elliot.
See, check out that monster. He's like,
See,
fuck!
I have vocabulary in my life, so you can suck that.
Suck it indeed, as Johnny gets his ass whooped by dive bats and bees.
I have nothing to figure. I fucking hate that. The 8-bit programming. Sometimes the enemies will fly. Any enemy that's on your tail when you go through the door during the transition period, the enemies will hit you while you're inside the door. That's unfair.
It looks like you're in yellow rice down there. Help! Samus, and then Samus was eaten by Zebeth cheese.
San Fran treat.
I never liked yellow. I never liked yellow rice. I preferred white rice or orange rice or
What?
red. Either one of those is fine, but I never liked the yellow rice.
Red rice?
Yeah, you know when you put sazon in white rice.
Hasson?
Sazon.
God, you're white.
Alright, so what's Swasson or whatever?
Sazon.
So what's wax on?
There's no you. There's no you in it, Matt.
How can I say? I'm whiter than. I'm sorry, Holmes. I'm whiter than Weird Al Yankovic. What do you want out of me?
I thought you were gonna say you're whiter than mayonnaise.
God damn.
And I like Weird Al.
So do I. What's your point? I can't crack
So
a
if you've
joke
been
out of
following this video as for a while, you should have the ice beam. The ice beam should make quick work of it. You know, I would generally recommend that you don't kill everything that's in your way. I would recommend just freezing them and leaving them be, because again, NES has sprite limitations. It can only spawn so many enemies at once. So sometimes it's best to just freeze them and leave them be, unless you need health.
There's no score either.
No, Metro's never had score.
That'd be some weird shit.
10 points.
Great. Now, not only do I have to speedrun, but I have to get the higher score too.
It affects your ending.
Yeah, if you actually, if you sequence break, you end up getting the worst ending. Where Gunpla Yokoi shuns the finger at you and calls you a cheater. You dirty cheater! Ha ha ha! You dirty cheater! Ha ha ha!
Why you no doctor? Dad, I'm 12. You come back when you doctor.
Now, actually, there is one area that I won't be showing off here. At least I don't think I'll be showing off, for that matter. For the sake of
100%.
completion. No, because the area that I'm talking about doesn't have any items in it.
Okay.
So you don't have to go to it for the sake of 100% completion. But there is actually 2 Kraids in this area. There's a fake Kraid, and there's the real Kraid. The fake Kraid has a different color, and it goes out really easily with like 1 missile.
Wow.
But, you know, it's meant to fake you out, but for the sake of this LP, and just to get things moving along, I won't be showing it off because there's really no point to him. It's not the real thing, anyway.
I thought you were gonna say we're gonna find Kraid's torture chamber.
He's a big fan of S&M.
No, it ain't the S&M. He just loves to torture his victims. Problem is, though, is that he's kind of big for it, you know?
He like takes out one of the arms from his stomach. He's like, rawr, rawr.
Slaps you with it. So
And he's forcing you to like it.
So we won't be showing off fake Kraid. We're just gonna get things moving along.
Yeah, we're gonna show off the real Kraid, except
Yeah.
those substitutions.
I mean, like, here's something. If you were to do S&M with a dog, just blindfold it.
Why would you do S&M with a dog?
Elliot, where are you going with this?
I'm just
Can
saying-
I stop
He's
you
going
right
to
there?
a dog. He's going to Hot Topic with it. That's what it is. And you-
Spencer.
Let me just stop you right there.
Just let's not
Enough.
let's not question it. Just don't.
You brought it up.
Don't question it. Just
Elliot, the only thing I'm questioning is what the hell you're gonna do in your adult life, and we probably should get you some help. Dude, check out the fucking.
Friends Hospital. That helps.
Are you getting molested at Friends Hospital to think about dog incident? Elliot, Elliot, remember what Sonic says? If somebody touches you in your porn parts, that's not okay.
That's no good. Christ, you always get that wrong.
You're a
I can't
bad,
You're
paraphrase.
no good, Matt.
You're
no good.
You're a bad nerd, Matt.
I am a terrible nerd. I don't care.
How dare I have a college degree?
How dare I have a college degree and waste it on Sonic trivia?
What am I to do with an English degree?
What the fuck's up there?
That is actually. We're actually back in the main corridor. This is further below.
What am I to do with an English degree?
Flip burgers.
Yeah. And read poetry.
No, you can actually narrate. You can narrate every burger you flip.
For in my life, I had not one. All I could yell was "Ding fries done."
I then heard the cashier. We need a number 5. And so I told him, okay, I'll get your number 5.
Anyway, quick tip or a trick you can use to your advantage. For actually, we'll be
Press
showing
A to jump.
we'll be showing it off later for the sake of getting a missile expansion. If you're in midair and you're in morph ball mode, if you unravel and hit the jump button, you can get a jump in midair. That's actually really handy for crossing pits.
Isn't that a double jump?
It's technically a midair jump, yes,
Double jump.
but I don't know if it was programmed intentionally.
Here's a question.
Why do all these hallways look the same?
Good question, Matt. That's actually one thing I don't like about the original 8-bit Metroid game. It suffers horribly from copy and paste environments.
Here's a question. Do you get the screw attack?
Yeah, good screw attack.
Screw attack.
Okay, yeah. Man,
We just wanted to bring that up.
Screw attack.
I know. I'm the one that wrote those reviews.
Yeah, I know. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that you write the reviews and does the gameplay footage?
That one
Who
odd
doesn't know
fan
that
who
do all
thinks
the
you did
editing
it.
for your reviews?
That one odd fan who thinks either you did it or I did it. There's always one.
You edit?
Yeah, I know. There's always that one fan.
Jesus, this is getting repetitive.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're almost done, actually.
Oh, sweet.
Actually, beyond this door is the boss hallway. And then the boss room.
Oh, great! The ceiling have teeth.
You can farm this enemy right here to regain health and missiles in case you're not ready for Kraid yet.
I would just for the hell of it.
But I don't want to grind this enemy too much because I really want to get things moving on. So open up this red door with 5 missiles and head to the left. Now, generally speaking, when it comes to typical Metroid runs, I would often recommend that you go after Ridley first and then Kraid because Ridley puts up almost no challenge at all. Kraid, on the other hand, has quite a number of projectiles.
This is Kraid?
He had yes.
What
Kraid.
the hell?
I am used to Super Metroid Kraid. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's
Kraid,
like-
yeah, I know. It's very weird seeing Kraid in his debut. He's tiny here.
He's like Bowser. Come on.
In a sense. Anyway, so what I was saying earlier is that Ridley is easier to beat. Kraid, not so much because he has bitch tip projectiles and he has croissants. I don't know exactly what these things are.
Oh Jesus! Now I'm on croissant.
So people would generally tell you to wait until you get the screw attack to make short work of him, but fuck that. Bombs really do a number on him. Booyah! Kraid is defeated.
Yeah, bombs do a number on him after you did a number on yourself.
Well, I have confidence enough that I'll win. Anyway, but we're
You
not
just
done.
only won the war of attrition. That's
We're
it.
not done yet. There's an energy tank right there. And I'm
Ooh.
actually going to use that bomb jump I told you about.
So what exactly do you get when you beat him?
Alright, in the first Metroid, every time you beat a boss, you get 75 missiles.
Okay, that's cool.
That explains the huge jump up in numbers.
Yes. The total number of missiles is 250 or 255? I think it's 255.
So
255, yet you got 80. We got a long way to go.
So that's it. That's all you get.
What, 75 missiles?
Yeah, that's all you get.
Yeah.
75 for
Wow.
like 2 bosses. That's 150.
What a chip.
Well, generally, I mean, once you beat Kraid, or Ridley for that matter, you can pretty much switch the missiles as your main weapon, but I don't like doing that for some reason. Even though I have so many missiles, like, they're still rather sacred to me. Anyway, now we have my least favorite
Samus
part
worships
of the
missiles?
We have my least favorite part in the entire game is this climate section right here. You have to time yourself so that these blocks re-emerge right underneath Samus's foot. If you are on top of them by the time they re-emerge, it counts as you getting hit. And it bounces you back, which is why I keep falling left and right here.
Okay.
Count the number of times you fall off this damn vertical shaft.
Do 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 do.
Well, not in this LP. I won't be falling off at all because I practiced this.
You fell off twice already.
No. I mean falling off to the very bottom.
Oh, okay.
You know? These blocks, these gray blocks are generally there to catch you, but sometimes Samus will get flung so far left or right that they won't mean shit. But I can probably count about 50 something times that I fell to my,
I remember how many times I fell. 0. You know how come I fell 0 times? I never played it.
Here, baby.
We get it.
Yoink. There we go. Come on. There you go. Alright, there we go. Hardest part of the game over.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
What is this?
annoying. If you guys ever get a chance, just out of morbid curiosity at one point, try it out.
Morbid curiosity.
Morbid?
If I'm satiating any morbid curiosities, that's not going to be a Metroid.
Alright, so we're pretty much done with Kraid, ladies and gentlemen.
So where are we going?
Yeah, we just got hit by bees.
We're heading back to Brinstar.
Why?
Because we can't get to Ridley from Kraid.
Well, I thought you could.
No.
Well, I'm sorry if I offended you, John.
You offended me.
Yes, it sounds like I did.
For Christ's sake.
Oh, where did he go?
No.
The enemy's supposed to be here, but he's not there. Sometimes the game does that. It doesn't load enemies up properly.
Well, fuck us.
Well, luckily, I think we should be able to make this here.
Yeah, you can.
We should be. I'm going to use the bomb jump. There we go.
Sweet. There he is.
And
Sorry about that, I was late. Dentist appointment.
That's right. Bathroom break.
Not dentist appointment.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Yep, ball 397 teeth. Very good.
Rotted. God damn.
I'm surprised you have no cavities. How long have you been coming to me? About 50.
Oh, about 1,500 years. Well, you did really good for
I
yourself.
was gonna say 15 millennia, but okay.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe this is the end of part 2 of Metroid. No, it's actually not. We actually still got a bit of a journey to go through. I believe so, anyway. No, we still got a bit to go.
Oh, Johnny, you cock tease.
Jeez.
By the way, this tune sounds really great in 8-bit.
What, the
The Metroid theme. Brinstar, yeah.
I think all of the music in this game sound great in 8-bit.
Yeah, it
pretty
really
nice.
does.
I do like Kraid's theme, the one that we heard earlier.
Yeah.
And,
It's very opposing in a way.
I think my least favorite theme in this game is actually, it's either Torian or it's either Ridley.
Well, why is that?
I
Preference.
couldn't tell you. I love the Zero Mission remixes.
Yeah.
But for the original 8-bit versions, I'm not too much of a fan of them.
What about the self-destruction sequence?
Oh,
By the way, folks, in
yeah.
case you have been living under a rock for the past 29 years, Samus blows up every planet she's been at, so...
Not true. Talon 4 hasn't detonated yet from Metroid Prime.
Yet.
Planet Aether didn't detonate. It was
Yet.
close, damn it. It was real close.
The keyword is also yet.
Brio didn't detonate.
Yet.
Elysia... no, Elis...
Alicia?
Elysia, I think that's the name of the other
Elysia,
planet. Didn't
Elysia.
detonate. The other planet, what was the name of the other planet? There was Brio, Elysia...
Embryo.
No, not
And
Brio.
Rio. That bitch blew up my home world. Now I gotta go to Australia with Cortex.
No.
Space Australia?
Space Australia? Space Australia, or is
Will
it called on
we
America?
ever go to Space Australia in Metroid? We will never know.
In Super Metroid? No, we won't go there.
Alright, first character that we see have an Australian accent in a Metroid game, we're automatically going to assume they're from Space Australia, and that the area that we're visiting is Space Australia itself. Which will then detonate.
They give it a different name to let you know that it's not Space Australia.
It's not Space Australia? Okay, not Space Australia from Space Australia.
Actually, I want to retract what I said something earlier. Planet Aether didn't detonate, but Dark Aether did. So does that count?
I wouldn't say so.
Parallel planets count as the same.
It's pretty much a dark version of an entire planet, though, Elliot.
Yeah, so basically it is
Yeah, but
technically destruction.
was that the?
It didn't explode; it kind of imploded.
Yeah,
So it's still total destruction of a planet.
Yeah, but it's not. Is it the actual planet?
yeah,
Yeah, Dark Aether. It's a dark version of a planet.
Yeah, but it's an evil side.
it's
of
still
a
a planet.
It's still a planet.
It's an
though.
evil side of a planet.
But it's still a planet.
Represents an entire planet.
Elliot, you gotta really learn about. You gotta brush up on your string theorem, man.
Okay, here was the end of the part 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you were just looking forward to
We'll
that.
see you for part 3.
In Space Australia.
Damn it.